Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, I'm Diva Refira Fayza and I'm a student of English Department, Faculty of Humanities, Andalas University. So on this video, I'm going to talk about some topics in English phonology. So the first one is phonemes. Phoneme is the smallest unit that distinguishes meaning between sounds in a given language. Phonemes are contrastive and have unpredictable distribution. Phonemes are relatable with minimal pairs, because we can use minimal pairs to identify the two words whether they are just two different phones or they are two different phonemes. Minimal pairs are two similar sounding words that differ in only one phonological element and have distinct meanings. For examples, I have three minimal pairs here. Each of the minimal pairs has the same number of the sound and differ only one sound at the same position. For example, in these minimal pairs, it differs in the word initially, sal and tal, sa and ta. And these minimal pairs differ in the middle position, cat and cut, a and a. And then the last one is in the word finally, differs in the word finally, file and fire, o and er. So we can conclude that each of the pairs have two different phonemes because they distinguish or contrast the meaning of the words. Next, let's talk about allophones. Allophones are the variants of a phoneme's pronunciation that don't distinguish the meaning of the word and only result the unusual pronunciation if we substituting it with the other variant pronunciation. Allophones are non-contrastive and have predictable distribution. For example, the word time, pronounced with a lot of air puff or aspirated, but we can also pronounce it without air puff or unaspirated, like time. No matter how we pronounce it, the three variants allophones of a phoneme th do not mean different things, but just an unusual or kind of weird pronunciation. Therefore, there is phonological rules in English to write the allophones of a phoneme. For example, allophones of p. There are three allophones of a phoneme p. The first one is in the word initial, followed by a vowel, and it pronounced aspirated or with a lot of air puff. For example, pain, push, and pick. And then the second one is middle position after sa, and it pronounced unaspirated or without air puff. For example, spin, spill, and speak. And then the last one is word finally. It also unaspirated. For example, deep, sweep, drop. So each of the allophone has uh, the different pronunciation based on the environment of the allophones. Next, we're going to talk about contrastive distribution. Contrastive distribution is the situation in which two phones occur in the same environment and result in semantic contrast or contrast the meaning of the words. Contrastive distribution occurs in minimal pairs, or two words that have the same number of sounds and differ only in one sound that contrasts the meaning of the words. For example, look at these minimal pairs. Each of the minimal pairs has the same number of sounds and differ only in one sound at the same position that distinguish the meaning of the words. For example, the minimal pairs of kiss and miss. It differs in a phoneme k and ma. And then the second one is spin and spoon. It differs in the phoneme I and U. And then the last one is minimal pairs sweep and sweep. It differs in the phoneme t and p. That is the situation of contrastive distribution. In English, we also have the complementary distribution. Complementary distribution is a relation between the variants of a phoneme or allophones and each of allophones occurs in a certain set of phonological environments. For example, in English, we have some allophones of a phoneme N. The first one is occurs elsewhere, initial, middle, or final position. For example, no, annoy, onion. And then the second one is occurs before voiceless dental fricative. For example, pen, month, panther. So each of the allophones occurs in the different environment, or we can call it a complementary distribution. I also have the examples from the another language. That is example of uvular in French language. And here are the data of the uvular in the French language. So based on the data before, we can make the phonological rules of uvular in French language. There are three allophones of the uvular in French language. The first one is voiced uvular fricative, occurs at beginning of words, between vowels, and after voiced consonant. Let us see the beginning of the word and followed by a vowel. Between vowels, it is in the middle position, and then after voiced consonant, b and g. And then the second one is voiceless uvular affricative, occurs only after voiceless sound. That is p, t, and k. And then the last one is voiced uvular approximant, occurs before consonant, which is y and b, and also occurs at the end of the word. So we can conclude that complementary distribution is a situation where the allophone occurs in an environment. Therefore, we cannot find it in other environments. Allophones of a phoneme are in complementary distribution. So I think that's all from me about some topics in the English phonology. And thank you for watching this video and see you.